Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. All I have to say is, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God, what the fuck? Dirty Harry. For real? Talking to a fucking empty chair? Seriously? Did that actually happen? Or did I have some kind of weird psycho dream last night where Clint Eastwood rambled and talked virtually incoherently to an empty fucking chair as though he were having a conversation with President Barry Soetoro / Barack Obama? Someone tell me, maybe pinch me if you see me out on the fucking street, and tell me that I was actually not dreaming, that was real, that actually happened. What the fuck? Honest to God. What do these people think? That those people watching are going to think this is cool or neat or great? Look, I liked Clint Eastwood as much as the next guy back in the day with his spaghetti westerns and all that kind of stuff, but my God, what the hell? Seriously. I just have no explanation for this. Thank you, Window Kitty. For real. What the fuck? That was the most surreal thing I've ever seen in my life. Well, not really, because reality is filled with surreality now. In fact, I'm going to change the name of it, but I'm not going to make this really long, but Christ. Okay, so now the Democrats have to really struggle to find something to match the incredible performance of Clint Eastwood talking to an empty chair. So what I'm thinking is that rolling out the secret talker, speech maker at the DNC next week will be Jack Nicholson in an incoherent rant with a notoriously intolerant and racist rock. And everyone will ooh and ah. Now, seriously though, did that really happen? Okay. Just another quick note on the development of the election itself. I'm going to give you the breakdown, play by play as it were, so you can see exactly how this sort of play has it. Okay, and all the scripting works out, and all the wardrobe department. First you'll see Obama, who will appear more and more at rallies and speaking engagements with his sleeves partially rolled up, wearing a nice shirt. He will have his tie on, but it will be slightly loosened. This is to give the effect that if he were the, let's say, manager or the president of a company, that he had already gone home, everything was fine, but the office called him because a major thing happened and he had to come back and get his hands dirty and get in there and fix the problem. So when he gets back to the office, he had already partially started to relax, but he didn't take off his full clothing, he still had the tie and the shirt on, but he rolled his sleeves up to get a little more comfortable and untied his tie, pulled it down a little bit, okay? That's stage one. Stage two is the rolled up sleeves with the tie removed, okay? That means I am really working now, buddy. I can't even keep this tie on, so I'm taking the fucking thing off. Look at me. I'm in there in the trenches with you guys. I identify with you. Then, stage three is tie off, sleeves rolled all the way up past the elbow, possibly a lesser quality shirt with some sort of what you would call maybe cheapish pattern to it, okay? Not necessarily flannel. I don't think Obama will go all the way to flannel. And with a button or two unbuttoned, but no more than 2 buttons, okay? That is working down to the wire, buddy. I'm right in there with all of you workers trying to solve the problems of America. Then, final stage for Obama, wearing the Carhartt jacket. Yes, the drab brown sort of leather-looking Carhartt jacket that he will wear when it starts to get a little cooler out, because he's just a regular Joe that identifies with middle America and understands the middle class and is looking out for your best interests. Yes, That's the way this scripting will work. And of course, Biden will be shuffled off to Buffalo, as it were, and not make much of an appearance anywhere because he has a way of putting his big giant foot in his fucking credit card company kissing ass. Okay. The same thing will hold true for Romney. Of course, he's going to jump right to flannels and solid patterns, thinking that somehow that relates to working class America. And I have a feeling that he also will go for the Carhartt look, maybe even donning some high-end work gear, okay, or be seen jogging. And remember, both of these people are going to make surprise appearances at diners and truck stops, places that normal Americans go, so that they can show that they're out there trying to find out what America wants and needs, and to get feedback so that they can go to Washington and bring that plan into action, by God. And I think on the Romney side of things, we're not going to see Romney in a truck or near a truck, but we will see Paul Ryan arrive at an event or either as a passenger in or driving a truck. It will not be brand new, but it will not be an old ruster either. It will be a couple-year-old model in good shape. And of course, you know, sporting the flannel. And of course, watch the progression of the sleeves, the tie, the button, and the jacket. These are all designed to portray that he is down there with you. He's actually getting his hands dirty. Okay. Now, of course, I've pointed out to you that there's absolutely no difference between both of these guys. They're paid off by the same Wall Street shills that have completely destroyed this economy, are trying to gut the entire social safety net, going after labor unions, destroying any opposition to the corporatocracy at any level. And of course, labor unions are the #1 target because they always have been and always will be. But of course, the stupid sheep out there who believe that unions are nothing but a bunch of thugs and evil gangsters don't have any clue what life would be like in this country had unions not existed. And then, of course, you have the slightly more enlightened few who say, yes, they had a time, but that time's past. Unions need to go, blah, blah, blah. You're full of fucking shit. Do a little motherfucking research, you stupid fucking moronic jackass assholes who want to keep spreading that fucking stupid idiotic propaganda. Look at how wages have dropped precipitously and compare that on a graph to union decline, and you will find a direct motherfucking correlation, you stupid fuckers. So, if you think that because you're not involved in a union or your job doesn't have a union, it should. And because you're not in a union, that you shouldn't give a shit about what unions do or have done or whatever, or they need to go because they're raping a taxpayer. Fuck you! Do your fucking research instead of letting the Cato fucking right-wing jackass fuck in your ear with his fucking propaganda. Or the Heritage Foundation give it to you up the ass with their anti-union bullshit. Do some of your own research and find out the truth instead of spouting idiotic nonsense. Right-wing totalitarian regimes go after what? Virtually the first thing they do every single time. What do they go after? Let's hear it. Trade unions. Do you want to know why? Because they represent a threat to the power of corporatocracy and the fascist aristocracy. And also because they represent potential political power. So, that said, I do not apologize for the leaderships of various unions. In fact, I would like to punch Richard Trumka of the AFL-CIO in the face about 50 fucking times and knee him in the fucking crotch until he doubles over in fucking hideous pain to try to get into his fucking head to get his fucking ass out of the fucking Democratic Party and use the millions of dollars that he puts into fucking stupid fuck-ass fuck me in the ass, stab me in the fucking back fuckers like Obama's campaign, and actually back a Labor candidate instead. But of course, this has been the way of things for a long time. You know, the leaders of organizations are oftentimes way out of touch with the membership. But that doesn't mean that the structure and the idea of the unions and what they represent is not still valid today. So please, for God's sake, quit talking the fucking talking points of the fucking asshole talking point shit-faced motherfuckers. And do the goddamn research before you come on here and talk about how, oh, taxpayer, oh, they're rigging this system, Do they collectively bargain? Does the union hold a motherfucking 45 into the eye socket of the fucking employer, whether it's a public fucking employee association or a private one, and tell them you have to sign this motherfucking contract or I'm blowing your fucking head off? I don't think so, motherfucker. So get rid of the tired fucking arguments and do your fucking homework. Unions are the last thing in this fucking country who are giving you any kind of fucking wage or benefits. And if they all go down the tubes, guess what, motherfucker? You are a fucking serf on your local lord's plantation, as I have said time and time again. Again, Clint Eastwood, for real? For real. Okay? This is not a prediction, but don't be surprised. Jack Nicholson coming out and having a rant against an intolerant racist rock sitting on the stage with him. Be a good plan, and watch for those election signs. Guaranteed on those ones. Guaranteed. Thank you. Good day.